have this for later. Are you going? You're going.
Welcome to Meal Prepping with Pam and Amy. Well, mostly Amy. We are the dynamic wellness coaches for health conscious peeps of all ages. We want to bring joy back into your kitchen, and we teach you how to do it fast, fun, and
Fabulous!
Today we're doing orange chicken.
Sesame orange chicken.
Sesame orange chicken. I can't wait. Nothing like Panda Express.
Oh. Better.
Just
say better.
Better. Then we've got roasted turkey salad, and we have stuffed peppers, and we got these beautiful,
see how pretty
colorful peppers. So I think we're ready to get started.
Yep. All right, guys, welcome. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we are here and we are ready to make some 3 meals super fast. It's going to be fun. I'm going to start with, I already made the marinade for our sesame orange chicken. If you all have the recipe, I hope. That's pretty simple. I don't have to worry about chopping the garlic or the ginger because I put it in little slices and then you do it in here. So we're gonna take our sauce. I've already trimmed up the chicken thighs. Now, I know a lot of people are nervous about eating chicken thighs because they don't like all the gristle and the extra fat. At least that's me and some of my clients. So I'm pretty picky about trimming as much as I can off, and then chicken thighs are really good, especially in this recipe. So I'm gonna use my baby Instapot, because it's so cute. And we're gonna take some of this marinade, not much, put it in the bottom here. Make sure the bottom is coated. Then we're going to take your thighs and you want to roll them up, kind of like that, and stick them down in there in the sauce. So it just kind of makes for a nice, for when you're cutting them in the end. So I'm kind of toss them around, squish them down into the sauce nice. There we go. Oh, I missed a piece of yuck. Ooh, flying yuck. Alrighty. It's gonna form kind of one layer on the bottom. If not, no big deal. I am using the smaller one. So, oh, it's gonna be perfect. Actually, look at that. They're all rolled up. Kind of move them around a little bit so you get some juices in there. So they're nice and put in the juices. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Okay, you just kind of want them covered a little bit. Then we're going to let that sit. I'm going to use this later when those are done cooking, and we're going to take them out, the meat out, put all the juice inside, and cook it down a little bit. So just leave this on the side and you're good. I'm going to wash my hands. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to let this sit for about 20 minutes to just kind of marinate in the juices. If you do it longer, that's great. For some of my clients, I actually prepare it in the refrigerator and keep it raw, and then they cook it the next day or two, and it comes out amazing. So if you want to prepare it for that, it comes out great as well. Next, we're gonna do peppers. So I cut open these ones already. I've got a really cool, seems pretty simple trick, but if you take your paring knife and you cut just along the top so that you're kind of cutting under here, but you're cutting the bumps off. Watch this. At least it worked with all those other ones. We'll see if it works with this. So watch, just peel that off, and we're gonna blend this up in a minute to go inside in the meat because we don't want to waste that. And then you take your knife again, cut along all the little edges, and pull that right out. Twist and pull. Ta-da! There's your cleaned out pepper. So let's not complicate these things, right? Now I know if you want something that is a little softer with peppers, some people like to parboil them quickly. You'd get a big pot of boiling water, dip them in for about a minute and pull them out. We kind of like our stuff a little crunchier, so I'm gonna leave it uncooked for stuffing. Alrighty, so we're gonna leave this here. Actually, we're gonna take it over there because we're gonna go make our insides now. So I'll put that there. Here's our skillet. So I was talking about what we're gonna put inside. And you'll see there's zucchini and cauliflower on the list in the recipe. So I've already riced the cauliflower to go under our sesame orange chicken. I'm gonna set that to the side. And then the rest, we're gonna rice to go in with our meat. So the cool thing is I'm gonna do these two, but with the cauliflower, you're literally just breaking it up like this, because remember it needs to have edges to catch. So we're gonna do some cauliflower. That's quite a bit. Alrighty. And it's only a little bit, about half full, because if not, it will just go to mush. So I'm gonna put it here, and you're pulsing it. You want them to go up and come down, like that. We have a whole tutorial on how to rice stuff, from the cutting of it to putting it in here on YouTube. Right, Pam? All right, our YouTube Getting Saucy, I think. Or how to.
With Pam and Amy.
With Pam and Amy.
Is the channel.
Is the channel. There we go. All right, you'll see in the center that some of them can like get caught and they roll around. You might have to pull those out. Let's see. See, these ones just get rounded because they're just being rolled around. I'm going to throw them back in that bowl. And we'll pour this into here. If you use your fingers, you actually find more of the bigger chunks. So I'm going to look for those. We want this pretty fine because we're kind of hiding it in with the ground turkey in order to just get some more veggies in our diet. So, some bigger ones. And you can be the judge of how much to put in. I know on the recipe it calls for a small head, but we don't want to overwhelm the kids that we're hiding vegetables from too much, because they will taste it. They're great at that. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more of this in here. There we go. Next, we can put all the rest, these ground up pieces that aren't quite going, and our zucchini we're going to chop small as well. So nobody's the wiser. And cauliflower and zucchini both are great fillers instead of breadcrumbs. You can use those things, and then you're getting more veggies. Alrighty. There's stuff flying out. By pulsing it like that, you're giving it a chance for the heavier pieces to settle and they get caught better. So. There we go. That looks amazing. Okay, set that down. That can go into here. So over here, we're going to turn on our pan. Maybe on this one. Dun, dun, dun. I always get confused which burner is which. So we're going to be really careful about that. I already have onions and garlic chopped up, and we had a little bit of red onion left over from last week with our Greek salad, so we went ahead and chopped that up as well. Good use, no waste. Okay. All right. Just kind of mixing that in, and let's get some oil. Dun, dun, dun. About a tablespoon of oil in there. And a little bit of salt. Dun, dun, dun. That starts it breaking down. So, for next week, guys, while I'm thinking about it, don't forget, we're doing a replay of the first week that we cooked, which was barbecued pulled chicken, enchiladas, and Italian chicken and vegetable soup. And so if you didn't get those recipes, you're in luck. You're going to get them next week, or actually on Wednesday. for next week, and then you just need to find the replay in our Facebook group. If you look at the tags, you'll see Monday videos.
I reposted.
Nope. Oh, never mind. Pam is our wonder techie, and she's reposted them, so they will show up on Monday at 4 p.m. Just know they are the replay. So if you do have a question, hashtag replay, and we will get back to you as soon as we can on that. But we're going to take a little break. So we're excited, but didn't want to leave you guys hanging, so thought we would do that. Okay, this is starting to sizzle. Yummy. I think I might need more than 5 peppers. There's going to be a lot of stuffing in the middle. We're going to use some tomato paste and oregano and some Parmesan cheese. Also, we have some almonds that we'll sprinkle on top. Oh, and the parsley. What happened to our parsley?
Yep.
You know, you can also make these a more Mexican style and not use the oregano, but use the fajita mix or the taco mix that we've made before. So these are just going to be herby. The cool thing about having that mix on hand is that you can replace, when they're asking for fresh herbs or they're asking for an Italian mix, you replace that with your fajita mix and you've got a Mexican dish instead. Okay. These onions are hot. I was starting to chop the onions and I was like, wait, the candle, which Pam had, and the lighter sitting there for me. I just forgot to get it up or light it. So I did, and it was quite helpful. So Charlene, thank you for that. And Linda, thank you for confirming that it works.
Parsley is washed.
Huh?
Parsley is washed.
Thank you. Alright, this is smelling yummy and the onions are nice and translucent, cooked down. So we're going to add in some of our veggies here. You know, and if you want to make this vegetarian, this is a great mixture of stuff. And then you can add some lentils to it or not. Like having the chopped up zucchini and cauliflower is yummy. It would work quite well. And look at how pretty that is. Huh? So just a touch of red onion in there, it's really cool looking. Alright, I'm ready to some oregano and pepper. And let's get our parsley real quick. Some of this we're going to use as a garnish later, and some of this we will put in, some of it we will put into the pan right now. So today I'm using the curly leaf regular parsley as opposed to the flat leaf Italian parsley, just for a change. Oh, it smells so good. You can always tell a dish is going to be good if you can smell the herbs in it. So now look at that. Pretty. I almost don't want to put the meat in it. What's really cool is if you find you have extra, you can set it aside and put it in the freezer so that you have a bit of innards to go next time. What inspired me to add this to the menu this week was Pam's like, I found the most beautiful peppers. So sometimes it's really fun to walk through the grocery store and find something that's unique and decide how you're going to use it. So if you find something and you don't know, call me. We'll create a menu around it if you want to use it. I have a client who gets a CSA produce delivery, and we make menus based on what she receives, and it's really fun. It makes you kind of stretch your thinking. So this is starting to break down, which is perfect. I'm going to throw our turkey in there in a second. Let the heat pack back up, and then we'll put in our tomato paste, which just kind of adds, keeping it all glumpy together and yummy. And then those will be done. How quick and easy was that? And we'll go turn on our chicken, and then we'll show you how to do the salad. Salad's really cool because there's no cooking involved. And if you'll see on the recipe, I asked for, from the deli, size 10 slice. That's because then that's the biggest they can go, and it's about that thick. And it makes it really, really easy to cut into cubes for this salad. So if you need to, you can also roast your own turkey breast. But I just find that if you want something quick and easy, it's super fun. And then last week was our getting saucy with the dressings. So last week for getting saucy, we made a green goddess dressing, we made a coleslaw dressing, and we made a curry dressing. And this is what the curry dressing goes on. Okay, this is smelling amazing. I'm gonna kind of push the greens off to the side. Oops, not. And then there. Get my turkey out. You can also use ground beef. I just find turkey to take on flavor so well. It's not as overpowering as the beef, and I know people like the beef taste though too, so whatever you like. I know some people too actually would make this raw and then stick it in the peppers and cook it. So there's all kinds of ways you can do it. For meal prepping, I found this to be the best because it's cooked, and then you can have it in the refrigerator actually soaking up juices and sitting there before you throw it into the oven. So it just all depends on your preference and what you're doing. And since this is all about meal prepping, I'm showing you the best ways for things to keep longer. Alright, almost done. Put a little bit more salt in there. just want to get some of the moisture cooked out a little bit. Did people respond to that? Oops. I'm still being recorded. We're not live, oh, we're live. Don't mind me. All right, it's looking good. I'm gonna let that off for a minute. Grab a spoon so we can fill up our things. Let's put some cheese in there because yum. Thank you, Pam. Now you want to do little bits at a time so you can really stuff it in there. Ooh, that's hot. Oh my goodness. Maybe we should let it cool down a little bit. Look at my pan. Whee! It's round and circles. All right. I'm going to top these off in a minute once I have them set up. More. Yep, we got enough for more. Lots more, but let's get those. Another thing we could do is cut them in half long ways and fill them up with more meat. Or
Pepper boats.
yeah, I like pepper boats. You could also do when the beefsteak tomatoes come out. You can do stuffed tomatoes that way. So yummy. The cool thing about meal prepping, guys, is it kind of teaches you to do without some ingredients or think outside the box, like what can we do, what do we have, stuff like that. So that's my goal for you with watching these and learning from me and even from reading the book, is to be confident in the kitchen so that you can make quick meals with confidence, stuff out of your fridge and your freezer that you already have. If you have your pantry set right and you have the tools that make the job go fast and enjoyable, this isn't such a bad thing. And we all have time right now with being quarantined, but that's gonna run out. We're going to eventually get back to real life and hopefully not the hectic pace that we've been living in, but it's still going to pick up the pace. So I know a lot of people are enjoying cooking, and I think that's awesome. Get good at it now so that when you do have less time, you can get back into the swing of things, and I'm here to help you if that's the case. So here's our stuffed peppers. Those will go in the oven, and we have some leftovers to put in the freezer, which will then be able to pack into our next part. So another cool thing with the meal prepping ideas, sometimes when you have mixtures like this or your sauces like spaghetti sauce, I never make just one portion. You always want to make a double batch because then you can freeze it and then you don't have to do it next time. So that's my kick for making lots, and in my cauldrons, that works. So we're gonna head back over and get our sesame orange chicken going. Amazing.
Whoa.
Oh, it smells good. There's nothing like orange. Orange smells so nice. Okay, that's going in there. I'm going to set it on poultry or on manual for, let's see, pressure. Oh, on the small one, it's pressure cook. On the medium one, there's a poultry button, and on the large one, there's a manual and maybe a poultry button, or there's a meat button. It goes like that. So set it for 35 minutes, and we're gonna let that go. Make sure that your steamy thing is closed. Very dangerous if not. And let's get to our salad. I've already pre-chopped some of the apples, but I wanted to show you how I do it really quick and simple. You cut your apple in half. Get rid of some of these brownings. Then I use a core, and I take out the center like that. Okay? This is how to get the most out of your apple too. Then I take a little paring knife and I cut out the core on both. And they're starting to turn brown a little bit, but as soon as we get the dressing on them, it preserves them really well. And this salad can sit in the refrigerator. It's actually better the second day. It'll last about 4 days, even up to 6, but it does start to deteriorate a little bit after that. Where did my knife go? All right, so you've cut it in half and you've cored it. Now we're going to make slices out of this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you take half of it, put one slice down there, and then you can make cubes. See that? So that's our trick for that. It's kind of 4 slices one way for another. 1, 2, or 3. The moment I say that. You want them to be kind of small, bite-sized chunks. There you go. Then the turkey. We've got roasted turkey breast from the deli, slice size 10. See how thick that is? This makes your life so easy. Get this out of the way. You're just gonna cut these long ways, about as thick as they are that way. So, and this is an organic brand that we get at Fred Meyer of roasted turkey breast, and they have the option of the smoked or the regular. I happen to prefer the regular. So that's what we got. And then you cut it this way. Again, in your little kind of squares. And voila. Okay, I'm gonna throw that in with our apples. You want to match your poundage, whether it's 1 pound or 4 pounds, pretty much even between apples and turkey. And I'm gonna sprinkle, I did cut up all of the green onions, but I'm only gonna put a bit in there. So you want a nice thing, and some people don't like green onions so much, so not so much, but it really does add a good level of flavor to this. And then I'm gonna use my hands, because sometimes you just need to do that. Lovely. Gonna add a bit more green onion. for looks. And away you go. One time I dumped the whole bowl in at a client's house, and it was so much. There was so much onion. It was so wrong. And I started mixing. I was like, oh my gosh, wrong onion. And I literally stood there for 15 minutes and hand picked out half the onion. And of course I didn't charge them for that. I was terrified, like horrified. I put way too much green onion in there. So go light on the green onion. I'm gonna wash my hands. Alrighty, then the cup of dressing that we made last week, get out. And for 1 pound of turkey and 1 pound, a little over a pound of apples, you need 1 cup of mayonnaise. I like to keep things simple, so we go as often as I can with a 1, 1, 1. And there we go. You just stir that in. And you can put this over your spinach or light greens, mixed greens, or microgreens like I love. And then you can garnish it with cranberries and cashews or any kind of walnut, pecan. Works really well. And probably even almonds. You want something that's kind of complimentary. There you go. And the apple you want to be tart. That's done. Okay. We could stop it at this point. Alright guys, we paused for a minute so that we could get our sesame orange chicken finished cooking. So I'm going to show you what I mean about taking it out. And I let it cook for 35 minutes, remember? And then we let it come down for about 8 minutes. I let it come down naturally, and then I released the steam because we're hungry and we want to eat. So you'll see, pull these little babies out. They're nice little rounds. They've got some orange zest sitting on top there, yumminess from the orange juice. I'm going to pull them out. In the meantime, let me cancel this and press saute. So here we go. We want it to boil a little bit. We're going to thicken the sauce. So pull all these out. And just make really nice pieces when they're rolled up like that. I'm going to put the rest of this in. Can't see, but I have my vacuum cleaner here and he's barking at me. Drop something, drop something. All right, use my fingers. Best tools ever. And that's going to heat up. And we're gonna let this simmer for a little while. You want it to reduce a bit and then you can pour it over your chicken and you'll be good to go. When I serve this, I pull that out and just kind of slice it into slices like that. It makes nice little rounds. Don't over mix it with the juice because then it just falls apart because it is very tender. And you can serve it over your sauteed cauliflower rice, which remember you put a tablespoon of avocado or avocado mix or another oil that you like, and saute that really quick. Just as it starts to turn translucent, you'll remove that from the heat and put this and your sauce over it, and then sprinkle that with sesame seeds, and you are good to go. We will set a picture of what that looks like soon. Take care, guys.